Hey, I got those. Yeah, on my keyboard. They're blue though.
Right.
So Lewis was so absorbed in his own world because the one he lived in was shit.
He got upset when he lost his brother. That was it.
It really,
Turning point.
yeah.
And he was doing mundane work, which just didn't help him.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral,
Sad.
my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder.
This is where Edie would have stayed.
So,
I wish we'd
We'll see
stayed.
if she's still here.
But I understand why we
Very
left.
cool. Because the place just was too much. After everything that had happened, you wanted a fresh start. It's all kinds of fair reasons. That's what makes it horrible. Because Edie never left. She just watched her family break apart.
My mom ended up leaving everything behind.
It's sad. It's really sad.
very sad.
What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner.
What does that mean?
The night we left.
But it had to end one way or another.
Why should it come sooner?
All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
Yeah, please do.
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
To our final night together, and all our final nights apart.
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
She chose to die.
the power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
I didn't. Is there so sealing all the
You're
rooms? That's a
afraid
bit
of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean.
It was on a boat.
They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, but this was when she was born, so she was born, right?
I got turned
She
around.
survived.
Well, no, this is, yeah.
For a while, I wandered. I started seeing things.
What's up, Betty? Bye. Bye.
Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them.
Yes, the gate still works, though.
Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try.
Wow.
And
Edith, what are you doing in here?
What?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're
no.
gonna rip it. Let go. I kicked and screamed, but
Damn it.
Mom dragged me to the car.
Oh, I was digging that story.
I never saw Great Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the band came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it.
That's what people do.
A few years went by.
Yes, how did the mum pass?
My mom didn't like to talk about it,
Oh my god. She's not like blowing it.
but she started getting sick a lot.
This is really
The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone.
Jesus, so much death in this family.
Ooh.
So quickly. That's what makes it crazy.
The last Finch left alive.
Okay.
Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things.
Name's Nate Dogg.
But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is.
Definitely explaining it to somebody. Could it be Milton who disappeared? Maybe he came back.
But what about her baby?
This journal was supposed to be for you.
Yep. Franny's the smart
Now I
one out
hope
of the
you'll
two
never
of us.
see it.
Clearly.
I just want to meet you. And tell you all these stories myself.
Yeah.
But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way. This is where your story begins.
Don't say she died.
I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
Who's the dad? That would have been cool to know. Wow.
Okay.
Well, that was a mindfuck. Oh, for Shirley Dallas. Oh. Oh, that's sad.
Well, she'd have done one of that.
Yes, Fran, most people tend to live quite a while.
No, I was just expecting her to be part of or to have the same kind of thing.
This was, well, this was What Remains of Edith Finch. What a ride. What a ride. I still don't really know how to process all that. That was, crazy. Super crazy. But I enjoyed it. Did you enjoy it?
It's interesting. I've got a lot of questions after that.
Yeah.
It's a case of why was there so much death? Why were there so many different ways?
Yeah. And
why do you want to tell the story to your kid?
Hmm.
What happened to Milton? We actually don't know what happened to Milton.
He literally just disappeared.
Just disappeared.
I just want to know if there's some truth to any of these stories.
Yeah.
You know?
There's a lot that's just unexplained, and that's fair enough, but...
Yeah.
You know, what are we taking away from this? That life happens? That death happens?
Yeah.
Just make it what you want.
Well, what I'm taking from it is this family has terrible luck. They definitely have some voodoo going on.
But then there was the whole loads of them believed in the monster.
Yeah.
And then the monster just kind of vanished as a story.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I got an achievement for seeing Johan's name in the end credits. Well, that's good. Nice. It's a 100 gamer score right there. I'll take it.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything though.
Shh. It makes me feel good. Right, well, we'll see if we can find any more cool things like this to do. Otherwise, we're gonna see what other Froggy. We're gonna see what other options we can play for you.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for this roller coaster ride, and we'll see you for the next one.
See ya.
Bye bye. Turn off Ethernet. Oh, this is about to end too. I might as well let it go then. Sod it. No point stopping that.
It's gonna be a lot of cutting our voices and just letting
That's fine. I'm not worried about that. Not one bit.